Hi, this is Will with My Spiritual Clarity. Today I want to talk about what is your life's purpose, and to give a bit of context, I'm going to share what my life purpose is. And life purpose doesn't have to be this big, heavy thing, which is what I hope today's video is going to make clear. It doesn't have to be, my life's purpose. You can actually hold it quite with a lot of ease and with a lot of lightness and joy. It doesn't have to be a life sentence, it can be a life's purpose. So I'm curious, what is your life's purpose? And I'd love to see wherever you're seeing this video, is if it's on YouTube or wherever it is, please comment below with what you find, what you think, what you believe, what you feel is your life's purpose. And definitely take a moment now and pause and think about what is your purpose. So for myself, I spent about 15 years trying to figure out my life's purpose, and actually much longer before that, if I really think about it, back to in grade 10 when I first started to think about the world and how it was my job to save the world. If you've seen any of my videos in the Helper's Paradox, you know how funny that is. And I wrestled with that for years, and I traveled some parts of the world, and I got to do some volunteer work in Nepal, and I really felt that it was my job to save the world. And I was wrestling with, I want to be in theater, I want to be an actor, but I also really want to save the world because I believed that it was my job. And that lasted for many years until I found personal development and spiritual development. And then I funneled all that energy into figuring out my life's purpose in a more concrete way. So I would read books. The one by Jack Canfield, it was 101 Success Principles, I think. And he gives his formula in there to discover your life's purpose. And all these other courses and books that I would take and I'd read. And I would find the notebook, months later, where I wrote down, my life's purpose is to live with insert, live with insert at excellence or excitement, or live with this to have this outcome, to be this kind of, all these formulas for your life purpose. And I could never remember them the next day or the next week. I could never actually remember what the heck was supposed to be my life's purpose. So I figured I must not have got it right just yet, because it should be easy to remember my life's purpose. It shouldn't be this hard. And that went on for about 10 years, maybe even longer, until I kind of gave up on the whole idea. And I started focusing on other things. I started focusing on learning how to do great energy healing work, and learning how to figure out people are lying to themselves energetically, and how I could help them see their truth more clearly so that they could move forward, how to identify the imposter complex and shift out of that, how to be visible for the business online and feel good about it, and so much more. Just got more specific on the skills that I wanted to master, and did a bunch of energy clearing for myself, of identifying specific beliefs and clearing those. And then one day, about 5 years ago, I was sitting downstairs here in my home, and I remember so clearly. I remember sitting at the table, and I had this thought of, oh, I haven't thought about my life's purpose in a while. I wonder what it is. Now, before I could finish the thought of I wonder what it is, I think I only got 2 words in. It was about I wonder. God spoke to me and literally said, you exist to help people clear whatever's between them and me. And I went, well, it can't be that easy for me to know my purpose. But again, before I could even get that thought out of my head, God said, yes, it is. It's no big deal. Now get back to work. And I remember just sitting there, and I laughed. Because in a half an instant of asking the question, what is my life's purpose? God told me my life's purpose. Now, for some of you watching, you may be wondering, when I say God, do I mean any specific God? And to be very clear, I mean the God of your understanding. So I use the word God. You could use whatever word you like. And also, to be really clear, and this may offend some people, but this is my videos. This is what I'm going to say. When people ask me which God do I believe in, I think that that's a silly question. To me, saying which God do you believe in is kind of like saying which air do you breathe. Well, it's all the same air. Some air has slightly different compositions if you're in the city versus the country, but it's all the same air. We all breathe air. So we all breathe God. We're all with God, and we all may have a different name for it, and that's okay. Or a different way that we understand God. So it's the God of your understanding. So I just laughed at how easy it was to discover my life's purpose. And it's been the same ever since. It hasn't changed. And I think that's another funny thing that in the past, my life's purpose would always change constantly here, ping pong around. And this one hasn't changed an inch. Now it expresses in different ways, working on the imposter complex with my clients or working on business visibility. And you might say, well, what the heck does that have to do with God? Everything. Because I find with clients, when they don't identify, when they don't heal that relationship with God, their visibility online doesn't come as easily. When they don't identify their religious baggage that's been in the way. And religious baggage can show up in different ways. You may not have been a churchgoer, but you could have religious baggage because of an authority figure in your life, or because you opened the Bible once and hated it when you were, I think I was 10 years old when I opened up the Bible and I said, this is stupid. Religious baggage. That can be a lot of different things. So I find with clients, if and when they look at that deeper relationship with the God of their understanding and they heal that relationship, then online visibility becomes much easier and the relationship to themselves becomes much healthier as well. There are three major relationships. There's our relationship to ourselves, our relationship with God, and our relationship with the world, which is how our business or work is expressed out in the world. But I find too often, almost all the time, what healers do is they want to go to that third relationship. They want to figure out, well, what's my SEO optimization, or how often should I email my list, or what should I say in my video? And those are all important questions, but they're the last stop on the train. They're not the first stop. The first stop is your relationship with yourself, the helper's paradox, the need to help. Second one, and it could be one or two, the second one is your relationship with God, the God of your understanding, and healing that, and your faith in life and in other people, your ability to build community and connect with other people. Networking, if you're networking or not, is all about your relationship with the divine. And then the third one is your relationship with the world, and that's the imposter complex and procrastination and overwhelm, all those things. And they all do mix and mingle together. I mean, sometimes we start in procrastination, and then it's 6 months later that we get to your relationship with God. It's not a perfectly linear path. However, if you don't address that deeper relationship with the divine, then you're really missing out. So I hope this video has been helpful. Please do post down below with what your life purpose is. I'd love to hear it. And let's all support each other in creating more of that in the world. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.